Gary Anderson came out on top on that one. But can Phil Taylor perhaps get the upper hand tonight? Both men have been talking to Dan Dawson.
Gary, Phil, opening semi-final of the Masters. Two guys with 18 world titles between you. It could well be something that's going to light up the arena here.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I've only got 2 and he's got 16. Yeah, great, thanks. Yeah. I mean, we've been going all right, haven't we? First tournament back, Phil's banging on and I'm going all right, yeah. So it's, looking forward to it.
Phil, Gary's put in a couple of stunning displays so far. He's been playing like this for quite some time.
He's been playing consistent for a long time. I remember George Sutherland a few years ago telling me about Gary when he wasn't doing so well, about his practice sessions, how he was hitting 30 and 40 180s, and what he's done, he's put his practice into the game on stage now, and that's the difference.
Do you believe that the standard in the game has increased largely down to your own efforts, Gary's and Michael van Gerwen's over the last few years?
It's what I think when I first started, I took the game a lot more serious than what a lot of players were doing, and then the players now have took me on board and practiced and dedicated themselves, and that's what you've got to do. Really have. It's a tough game, you know, but these lads have got what you call youth on the side, so they can put the practice sessions in now. I can't do that no more.
He says dedication, Gary. I mean, you're a man who just seems to be able to turn up and turn it on without putting the hard yards in on the practice board.
Sometimes it's a risky game to play, you know. I have had just under 2 weeks off, you know, without throwing a dart, turned up and they went fantastic. Can't always rely on it, but like Phil says, the youngsters now, they're putting the days on the board. You know, I think the counting, I think the Dutch has changed the counting as well on the board. These youngsters are watching how the boys go for the finishing, which I think is helping the games as well, cutting the darts from 15 down to 13 darts. You know, and like I said, they've no fear, whether they're playing Phil, myself, Michael, James Wade, they don't care, they just want to play us.
I remember you saying that when you came over to the PDC, you came over specifically to take on Phil Taylor. That was the big driving force for you. Is this a game that you get excited about?
It was, but I've been battered for the last 8 years with him, so no. No, it was. I mean, it was good. I mean, I came across. I mean, I played Phil, I think 2007, and it was kind of drummed into me to stay where I was, but I wanted to come across. You know, I heard good things about it, and I did, and I just wish I'd done it 10 years before I did.
Phil, even now, in your final year, playing in the final session of a big TV tournament like the Masters, that's got to be a special feeling, isn't it?
I'm excited about it. Of course I am. It's a semi-final. You know, anybody that says they're not excited, then they shouldn't be playing. I'm excited about it. I'm not going to, you know, worry about it because Gary's going to play well. That's the thing about Gary. You know what you're up against, which is he's predictable, and that makes sense. It's harder playing Mensah Suljovic than it would be playing Gary because he's going to hit the 180s and 140s, and he's going to go out, you know, on finishes. So you might as well just relax and enjoy it because you're up against it.
Well, whatever happens, whoever makes the final, it could well take something special.
Yeah. Yes. I can't answer that really. It is. It's monumental. Does that make sense?
It certainly does. We're looking forward to something monumental from the pair of you. Good luck, lads.
Monumental.
And it could be something special. Let's watch some darts now. Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson, they've had some great tussles on the Oki over the years. Taylor leads the head-to-head with 38 wins to 14. But who is going to book their slot in the final of the Masters tonight? Here's John McDonald to bring them in.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Arena MK and the semi-final stages of the Unibet Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on ITV4, and at this time we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's now time to meet the semi-finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, England, the former Unibet Masters champion and a record-breaking, history-making, 16 times the champion of the world, it's Phil the Power Taylor. ladies and gentlemen, from Scotland, two-time Premier League champion and the former two-time back-to-back champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson.
It's a lovely shirt.
Classic cars. Let's hope it's a classic match as well. There's a lot of history between these two. I heard Gary Anderson there saying he wished he'd come across from the BDO to the PDC 10 years ago. I'm not sure that Phil Taylor would think the same, Chris.
And a few others.
Well, there he is, 46 years old, from Burnham-on-Sea down Minehead Way, and won the world title in 2015 and 2016. Gets here by beating Benito van der Pas and Raymond van Barneveld. Phil, well, he's been playing well here as well. Impressive winner against Michael Smith, and then earlier on against Peter Wright, who didn't really get out of second gear. In terms of TV record between them, Phil's got the big advantage. Career record, he's also ahead, but of late, Gary has risen above him in the world rankings.
Yeah, well, the past sort of 3 or 4 years, we've started to see the best of Gary. The player we all know he is and what he's capable of doing. He's been actually incredibly talented from very early on in his career. But it just never seemed to happen for him.
Crowd in really celebratory mood tonight. It's an absolutely foul night outside. It is hammering it down, Chris. I don't know if you've ventured out, but it is not pleasant.
Freezing too.
But they love it in here.
It's hot in here. It's going to get hot on that stage.
Check out the odds. Who's the favourite? Gary?
Well, actually, no, I didn't. No, I didn't have a look.
Wouldn't have been by a huge amount, I wouldn't have thought.
No, it would have been each of two pretty much, I would have thought. We know what Taylor's like. He can just all of a sudden
produce it.
55. Just
edgy
a bit of
opening.
sparring, isn't it,
Yes.
before they really settle in. There's more like it. Oh, the game starts here, I do believe.
16th of the tournament, first of this match. Incredible, 107.90 tournament average at the moment for Gary. Phil wallowing down on a 102.
It really is going to be the final lap of tournaments. He's going to get some tremendous reception. He's got an amazing reception when he got up there on the stage.
Gave us
Gary,
goosebumps.
here we go, this one for the first one, and he's taken it with a break of throw.
The opening leg of 15 darts, and started a little bit iffy, but dropped that 180 in and cleaned it up lovely with a tops there. As you said, 15 darts, break of throw.
Phil's serious about walking away. The nearer it gets towards the finishing line, I think the more emotional he's going to get. It'll start here tonight. If he goes and wins here, I think there might be the odd tear here, because he said this will be the last time he's in Milton Keynes, at least playing darts.
One venue that will choke him up, and that'll be the Winter Gardens at Blackpool, the World Match Play in the summer. It's one of his favourite venues, and that'll be quite a tournament with that being his last one. I'm sure that will get to him.
15 times world match play champion. Everybody talks about the 16 worlds, but it's not been too bad there, has he? 11 world Grand Prix, the Premier League, the Grand Slams. His record over the last quarter of a century has been nothing short of unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's certainly look at Bristow's five world championships, 5 world masters. You know, in a relatively short career, which was shortened by the yips.
Sid Waddell will be looking down on him somewhere and saying, I was pretty pleased to have been a part of it. I think he might have said it in slightly more flowery language than that, but you know where I'm coming from.
Absolutely, and poor old Dave Lanning, who we lost recently as well.
Good visit, and this throw of Anderson now is under a little bit of pressure. Is Taylor going to get the immediate break back, or will Anderson do something spectacular? No, not this time. He didn't like it, did he?
78.
No.
Phil requires 75.
He really needs to keep Taylor under it. That's a really poor dart. That was nowhere near his
Gary requires 74.
target of treble 17.
20 for tops for Gary Anderson for 2-0.
34.
Edgy, isn't it?
It is very.
32.
Phil won 4 out of 5 of their World Series meetings in the last couple of years. Surely now. In we go. Third attempt, and it's the break back.
Gary just got to make sure he doesn't get frustrated by this. He did it a few times against Taylor, where he played brilliant up to the point of meeting him on that stage and then just didn't quite produce. Maybe he's trying a little bit too hard.
96.
He had the Indian sign on him in early, didn't he, when he began in the PDC? He won the first time they played over in Holland, wasn't
Yes.
it? In the Netherlands. And then I think he won 12 on the spin, Phil, on the back of that. Gary Anderson's second maximum.
I think he was in the final of the IDL or the World Dart Trophy. I can't. Yeah, World Dart Trophy in Holland, and it was some final. It was the astronomical averages. I think he averaged 107 in that final.
The chance going up for Gary Anderson.
Taylor,
95.
my memory serves me right, 18 180s and got beat 7 sets to 3.
What an extraordinary memory you have, Chris.
Beauty of having Richard Ashdown in the as a spotter.
He managed to remember it from fully 2 seconds since he said it.
Oh yeah. I actually do remember watching the I think I was in that very tournament. I think.
He'll just be looking for another treble here to set up the double top.
85.
Well, 3 legs.
The barrel.
Could we possibly have 3 breaks to throw?
Very possibly.
It's now.
Double 16.
That's it.
There you go. 2 out of 3 for Anderson on the doubles.
Could be 3-0 up, John.
Game on.
One of the more remarkable statistics of the last few months was those 22 180s that Gary had to equal Ted Hankey's record in that final against Michael van Gerwen. He'd love to have the chance to rectify that defeat, I think, if he comes through this.
Ted Hankey record is one I remember.
Well, you were on the receiving end, weren't you? There are people around who say that Ted on that day was as good as anybody has ever been.
Well, in terms of scoring, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I led 2-0 and then somehow managed to blow that. It was 2-all, and then led 4-2, and at dart I left 51 after 9 and double 8 after 9 and lost both legs. He was hitting 180s to leave 13 and 11 and 15, and it was just bizarre. He completely rattled me.
39.
Anderson's
Well,
getting
something
into
like that, but it's not after the watershed, so
Yeah, we'll say it how it really is after 9 o'clock. Or possibly not.
it was a wide 180 there.
Get the impression that Anderson's getting into the groove here.
Yep.
Phil's going to have to go with him.
Well, Taylor way back on 88 average. Anderson over the 100 now.
60. Gary
Well, is he going to go 3-1 up
64.
now? Look, 8 would leave tops. He's checking the scoreboard.
Well, he hit double 16 really clean
48.
previous visit, well, the previous leg, so
No check out, of course, for Taylor, so he's just going to have to hit something huge.
try and force a mistake.
Well, Julie does hit something huge. The reaction of the crowd, but that certainly spurred on Gary. 3-1.
Game on.
He definitely looks the most comfortable of the two at the moment, Gary.
When they were looking for a word to sum up how this match might be and what they were needing
50.
once they got up on the stage, they came up with the word momentous. Well, it's not quite there yet, but it's starting to just sort of bubble up, particularly so far as Anderson's concerned. Amazing what a television camera does, isn't it? Terrific atmosphere as ever. It's become
a cracking venue, this.
It is. It's become a good part of the early season, hasn't it? The early year.
It's got a nice shape to it. Everybody's got a good view of the stage. As you can see, the seating tiered at the back.
Well, another one. 9 darts to 1-3-1.
57.
I wonder if he's going to put this away. Break at the end of this leg. He'd like to go out in style.
Double 16.
How stylish is that? A 131. He had some cracking finishes this afternoon against Peter Wright.
Boards round. Nicely poised, this one. Who's going to hit the turbo button first? One of them's going to have a little streak.
It's kind of that knowledge you sense that it's possible for either of them. It's nearly a 180. Possible for either of them, which has led to just 1 or 2 jitters in the early stages.
Yeah, it's real nervy stuff. Almost too much respect for each other.
95.
He was a while before he really made his mark in the PDC, Gary, wasn't he? Won the Premier League on a couple of occasions. Players' Championship in 2014. Remember that? He beat Phil Taylor on the way, and that was when it was kind of his My Fair Lady moment, wasn't it? God, I do believe he's got it.
Yeah, he turned a big corner. These 2 World Championship victories were back-to-back. Fantastic.
He does seem to thrive on the Ali Pali stage.
Both
on 110. Who's going to get first poke at a double?
Treble 18 maybe. He's got it for double 18.
Game show.
Nice indeed.
Just masked by our camera by his previous dart, but there you go. Just to make sure. Perfect lie for Taylor. Just drop this on the other 2. Oh, really?
Oh dear, was there?
Again, darts are low for Gary.
54.
You have that as a repetitive thing which is creeping into your game, and you've seen Gary do it on a few occasions.
No, it's
Any
just,
particular reason?
yeah, you just start to use a little bit too much of your tricep where you're trying to force, so you end up dragging the dart down. That's much better. It's getting to the end of his action, so he's almost pointing at the target on after release. Where if you're a little bit tight in the tricep, you tend to let them go a little bit too early, and they just don't carry to the target. They always end up a bit low.
Phil on a finish.
It's much better. See how much smoother that is?
Beautiful.
Pretty little things.
Anderson 121, treble 20, his first target.
Won £1 for every time he's done this.
Bit unlucky that first start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
89. Gary, you require
I
146.
like the look of the barrel, but the stability of the dart doesn't look great in flight.
58.
Further tinkering around, changing his dart configuration, Phil. Double 16 now with the latest weapon. Wide barrels, aren't they?
Yeah.
And in we go.
Incredibly, his initial success came with an Eric Bristow dart, which is just a long, well, very similar to the Gary Anderson dart, but with less grip.
131.
And when he changed from that style to almost a John Lowe type dart, everybody was flabbergasted. So changing
85.
point length, stem length, or flight shape, or size, or thickness, but to actually go to a completely different setup.
140.
Anderson still with that break. Slightly longer format in the semi-final, as you see. 21 legs, best of. So first to 11.
45. $100.
Scottish power versus English power. It's Scottish at the moment. Oh, the French.
No comment.
77.
Don't get all Basil Fawlty on me.
Require 130.
Plenty of moustaches and stripy t-shirts and garlic. Here we go.
90.
Yeah, he split it. No need to go for the ball. Taylor way back 294. Not even halfway through the leg.
So Anderson poised to take another two-leg lead. Tops.
30.
He's got 4 out of 7 so far in his doubles. Double 10 now for 5-3. Nicely done.
5 from 9 now, highly respectable. 56%.
58% his tournament average, 60% his tournament average, so he's more or less on it.
Yeah, just his scoring's down a little bit, that's all.
131.
Again, he's playing Phil instead of the board.
It's easy to say don't do that, but when you've got the guy who's dominated for the last goodness knows how long, and you see him every time you walk back.
And give you numerous hide-ins, it's almost impossible to switch off from it.
99.
A little bit of calm out in the MK Dons arena now.
It's just not quite caught fire yet, has it, this match?
It's a nice shirt. Loud
Nice whistle.
I could see myself becoming a devotee of these outrageous shirts. I think now I've started on the path, Chris. It's something which I could possibly stay on.
I apologise for your bankruptcy. It's an expensive habit I wish I never started.
You ever wear them twice?
I try not to. Up to nearly 50 now in my wardrobes.
Really, must be a big wardrobe.
Well,
Right,
three
Anderson.
of them.
Anderson, 164. No.
So, it's looking like 5-4. Gary's got that one break of throw. Little cushion.
Phil Taylor takes the Gary to throw first.
Break at the end of this leg.
59.
It's not a great start now. Taylor, can he capitalise? 140 had helped the cause.
I think he heard you. Far too many of them, Phil.
84.
Real stray stuff.
Not throwing as well as he was earlier. That's certainly true. Talk about Gary maybe playing Phil Taylor rather than the board. Maybe Phil was doing the same.
Yep. He averaged over 100 in both of his previous matches, Taylor, and he's down to 95. Gary at 98.39.
16.
So both below par in their previous efforts.
96.
The 4 players who are in these semi-finals tonight were in the semi-finals of the 2016 Premier League and the world match play. Oh, excellent. Third maximum, 6th of the match. Same match configuration. On both occasions, it was Michael van Gerwen who beat A.D. Lewis, and Phil Taylor who beat Gary Anderson to get to the final.
Spooky. Repeat, revenge.
35.
A good solid leg from Taylor. 42 left after 12.
120.
Gary can just stand back and hope.
It's a must-take, though. Anderson poised. Well, that's handy. Double 16. And nicely done. Taylor's 5th out of 9, also finishing well. And now they go to the break, because that is a break back, and you can see Phil's pretty happy about it, jigging around and dancing around the stage, having a little joke with the referee, Russ Gray. Crowd enjoying it, the players enjoying it, maybe Taylor a little bit more than Anderson after that leg, because they leave the stage with the match locked, first to 11, and it's 5 legs apiece.
Just kick on and put sort of 3 or 4, 11, 12 dart legs together, which we know they're more than capable of.
Anderson having one of those so far, kind of almost off nights, which he sometimes slips into his games.
Yes. The thing is nowadays that you can't get away with having one of them off nights.
Not a lot wrong with that, mind you.
No.
171. Another one of those, and he'll be looking for the you-know-what. The crowd are starting to buzz a bit now. They will be now, because that's 6 of them. 147, how's he going to go for that?
Well, I know which way Ronnie would go for it, but let's see. It should be 60, 51, 36.
Okay, well, let's see if he can do it. 147 for Gary Anderson. No, he can't. Few theatrical boos as ever from the crowd.
Well, he's got a possible 10 dart leg. But ball, double 16, 25, treble 19, ball.
He'll be after it. Pretty hacked off to have done that.
Close to the M25.
Gary requires.
It's not far away.
Double 8. Level 4.
It's a
Double
big
2.
chance, break a throw.
Oh, surely not. Surely not.
Absolutely incredible. Tremendous leg of darts. Just chasing doubles around the board.
Taylor looking for a steal. Double 5.
This alert. How many times have we seen Taylor do that? Was it the boss?
59.
Simon Whitlock fans, no doubt.
Trying to say Simon Whitlock looks like a scarecrow.
Just the Australian connection, I don't know.
140.
It's brought the crowd alive a little bit.
58.
Anderson will be hurting a little bit inside after at one moment looking as though he was on for a 9-darter and then winding up losing the leg. I suppose he'll say later, oh, that's darts, as he usually does, but
25.
at this stage in the match, not what he needs.
Oh, he looks a little grumpy. A bit like my
100.
bit like the Faye down my local dry cleaners next week when I drop 20 shirts off. I don't think she'll be that impressed either.
Might as well take mine along as well.
84.
Anderson's throw under a lot of pressure here, but this is cheering him up and putting him on a finish.
2 treble 20s, double 16 for a break. A little bit of control of this match for the first time. Where's he found this from?
Inside
My goodness me. He might be 56, he might have won everything in the game, but he can still throw a bit.
Typically Taylor.
First time he's been in this position in this match. Anderson had the break and the two-leg cushion. Now it's the other way round, and listen to the crowd.
Look how the game can turn around now. He's set up a 10-dart leg, double 8, and we've gone inside 8s, inside 4s, inside 2s. And Taylor nicks it. Last start, double 5.
He's had a 131, he's had a 152. And now, most importantly, he's 2 legs in front. Winner of this one. If you've not been watching all the way through the weekend, incidentally, you've missed some fantastic darts, so where have you been? Don't do it again. But if you're just joining us, in the final, they'll be playing either Michael Van Gerwen or Adrian Lewis, whoever prevails in this match.
Yep, that one's up next. Gary will be aware that Phil's not exactly setting the world alight in terms of scoring, so he's just got to, when he got him on the back foot, keep him there.
Phil Taylor had that epic semi-final against Michael Van Gerwen last year when he had darts to beat him and eventually losing in the deciding leg.
40. Gary, you require 104.
Michael didn't really look like winning that match until he did.
Yep.
If that doesn't, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
absolutely. Oh, he trailed all the way through, didn't he? Nice bit of comfortable leg, this one for Gary.
99.
Just wants to make sure.
Break straight back. And he's done it. Finishing's been decent, scoring's not been sensational, but 6 out of 12 for Anderson and 7 out of 13 for Taylor, both very respectable.
Yeah, world class. Oh, anything over 40% is tidy.
There's visual confirmation of what we were babbling on about.
$60.
Going to be back on level terms unless Taylor starts.
Well, 180 just to get him onto 261.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. Okay, that's what you want, Chris, that's what you get. He is astonishing.
That was risky. Bit of it at 20 there, no finish.
Never in doubt, was it, Gary? Well, Taylor's going to be on a finish as well. 121, made a hash of it last time he was on that, but Anderson's got a chance here. 19 for bullseye. Oh yes, 126. What about that?
Have some of that. Great response this by Gary.
And it's level again.
Gary of a few years ago, I can assure you, had been wounded by that. The previous 2 legs that Taylor effectively stole. But made a different metal nowadays.
100.
It's kind of a confidence thing, isn't it? It's knowing that he's been there and done
Exactly.
it. He's no longer
knowledge.
striving. He knows that he can do it.
Yes. There's nothing like this, you know, you can do it all in the practice room, you can do it all in practice sessions and record them and hit big averages, but actually doing it when it matters gives you total confidence and belief.
91.
Nice cover shots.
Well, it's good thinking because he knows now a 140 leaves 170 or a 180 leaves 130.
He's the treble 20 here, didn't he?
To finish. 164.
paused, I think, because something fell out of Russ Bray's pocket. Not sure if it was his wallet, but obviously distracted Phil, whatever it was.
I didn't see any moths on stage, so safe to say it was probably chewing gum. And it would have hit him on the back of the neck.
85.
So no finish for Gary Anderson.
Although 79's not the nicest finish in the world.
105. Failure requires 79.
Treble 19?
Yeah, it's one of those, because double 11's one of them kind of doubles that you...
But it's fairly easy to get. It's a very level game. Remains a pick 'em match.
Absolutely. Both have had their moments where they've pulled too clear and then got pegged back.
140.
One little push now to the line. The race to 11 legs.
$96.
Into that one, too much shoulder.
85.
Well, it's near impossible to do, but he just needs to stay relaxed.
£60,000 prize for the winner of this weekend.
All pretty irrelevant to these boys. Just numbers to them.
100.
Must be nice.
You would know.
You would
with
know,
with your flash shirts.
Behave.
My wardrobe's on HP.
140.
No check out on 165. Still advantage Anderson.
77.
Oh, that's a silly shot, leaving 99. We might see another tops from Gary if he doesn't hit the treble 19. That's in, so 90 left. 65 left if he comes back.
99.
See what he can do then. Well, there's
Tops,
the 19.
tops. Low again. Pressure.
65.
Taylor 65 for 9-7. Big moment in the course of the match. Tops. Oh yes. Steely nerve, and that's a big break at this stage.
It is massive. Now just 2 away from the winning line.
Anderson leaving himself on 99 was not good.
Yeah, Gary's really like outplaying him in every department apart from finishing stats.
100.
Higher average, more 180s, more ton pluses.
Both of them averaging over the ton now.
First time for Taylor. It's crazy. This is a few years ago. This would be regarded as an absolute
29.
classic masterclass. Now we view it as pretty much par for the course.
137.
It's more like it.
I think it's a must-win leg really for Gary. Pretty much game on or game over.
Good time to find a 140 for Taylor.
99.
And it's still
Holding on to his
advantage.
coattails, isn't he? Just.
Just.
Oh dear, this could be the end.
Great time to throw in a 140.
A great time to hit at 180.
123.
Just took a terrible deflection.
Yeah. It was on its way in, wasn't it?
Yep.
2 darts. Okay, 3. He's missed it. He's missed it by Jove now.
Could this be the moment?
checkouts. Treble 18, double 12, and Phil Taylor can do no more than shake his head. He thought he'd got him there.
Standard of that finish and the situation and the circumstances was absolutely outstanding.
Of such moments are champions made.
83.
Both of them have got tournament checkout rates of over 50%. Never mind this match. A pair of them have been in wonderful form.
Yeah, that is outstanding. Well, a break's not a break if you don't hold. And he's doing his best to give this, well, give that break straight back to Taylor. 9-all. It's the best of 3.
132.
A masterful cover shot. Advantage Taylor just about. Will be if Gary doesn't find a treble here.
97.
Badly needed that.
48 in front, minus these. Can Taylor. It's just perfect in the bed for him, isn't it?
140.
No finish, but he's got a big advantage now.
Needs to fill it. Well, minimum requirement 140.
100.
Advantage Taylor, 6 starts. Well, you'd think.
Well, Anderson's checked out a 152. 161 can be done.
That's a big ask.
99.
Big player.
You require 160.
Well, this would bring the roof down if he goes and gets this, and it's not to be.
96.
Well, all you can do is cross his fingers and hope. But they're finishing. The stats suggest he gets this.
The stats were wrong. Anderson poised now for a steal. Tops. And the Scotsman puts the 65 away.
Absolutely brilliant. Showing incredible bottle.
Game on.
It's back level, 9-all. First to 11.
Best of 3 now. Right, great chance now for Gary. What a time to find your scoring boots. Good recovery.
125.
It's pretty good. Has Taylor blinked a little? Anderson's got the throw now. Didn't need a 5.
45.
Great chance to take control of the leg there, has gone begging.
Yeah, very much so. He'll be kicking himself, stood behind.
45.
Wow.
Nerves.
You can feel it.
Great time to find that.
Well, he's now got the throw in this leg. Effectively then. Through for the match. Yep, so he's got the throw.
99.
6 starts from 191.
You get that every day of the week in practice.
Oh.
Rather different now.
And some.
100.
Great last start. I've just got that feeling Taylor's going to apply a heap of pressure. That's awkward now, though.
For once, he didn't quite do
No.
that.
Throughout this match, it's when he's been piling in a big shot.
91 for the break of throw. Great dart. Tops. Double 10. And he's taken it. That is a kick to Taylor.
20th leg, Gary to throw first.
Ty
Game on.
loves that. Right then, for the match.
'97.
Just about got away with it with that cover shot.
Didn't quite have the explosiveness we anticipated, but it's been a fascinating match. Loads of pivotal moments and turning points and pressures.
Crowd can't quite make up their mind who they're shouting for.
No.
I think a fair few of them would like to see the decider. Gary Anderson wouldn't. He wants this to be the conclusion.
143 in front, minus these. Well, now in complete control. It's in his hands.
His to lose, as they say.
140.
140.
Nicely done.
Depending on what Taylor hits, nothing heroic. Although he does love double 12, so he'll be begging for a 60.
94.
See if he can find it. Treble 20 then, first port of call. Not to be 16s or 8s. Double 8 now. Oh, what a checkout. 84. And he is through to the final. Phil Taylor sportingly applauds and says, well played. At one stage, it looked as though Taylor was seizing control of that match. Gary Anderson, as Chris Mason told you, is made of sterner stuff nowadays. He dug in there, stayed with him, found some real quality, big pressure checkouts, and ultimately takes the match with the checkout that really counts. The crowd celebrating a Scottish victory because Gary Anderson has beaten Phil Taylor by 11 legs to 9.
First semi-final between two titans of the world game. Gary Anderson beating the 16-time world champion Phil Taylor 11-9 in the end to reach tonight's Masters final. Fabulous entertainment. Gary averaged around 102 with Phil at 98 tonight. 7-180s for the Scotsman at 61% of the doubles. And Gary's talking to Dan Dawson now.
Well, we've not just got Gary Anderson, we've got Ty as well, two Andersons, and, well, you may just have knocked out the greatest player of all time from his final Masters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing Phil there, and he's not quite playing how I know he can play. You know, I say, come on, just get into this and get well in front, but I was making a mess of it, and then Phil would check out, and then he'd go rubbish score, 180, check out, you know, so it was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were put under pressure there, 7-5 down and then 9-7 down, but when you really needed it, you found those checkouts.
Yeah, they came good. Like I say, the scoring, I think the worst thing I'd done after this afternoon, I went to my bed for a few hours, woke up. It's a different day, you know, but no, we're good. The doubles went in, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, Ty. Into your first Masters final, MVG or Adrian Lewis, whichever way, you're probably going to have to play like you've done the first couple of rounds.
Will do. I mean, if myself or Phil play like the way we did in that game, it's not looking good, you know, but now we'll have an hour's break, kick a ball about for a bit and see what happens.
Long night for the pair of you ahead. Well done.
He's going to his bed. What does it mean he's going to my bed? Am I going to my bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, it's decided.
Oh, Gary's little boy Ty there. He's going to be a superstar.